This is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, verse 5, and it reads, The just Lord is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. All praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rahakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well and teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and my fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that be like unto the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, I say Shalom. This is your brother Ayashar Barazar from the Indianapolis branch of the Great Millstone, coming back at you with another lesson that is edifying for the elect body of the nation of Israel. All right, coming up, as brothers probably already know, in the wee hours of the morning, today, the 26th of March, a ship hit this bridge in Maryland. The bridge's namesake is Francis Scott Key. All right, and for those of you who may not know, for the edification of the body, Francis Scott Key is the one who authored the Star Spangled Banner, which Esau is upset that Jake doesn't want to stand for or sings, and there's a reason why. You know, that document was written in September 4th, 1814, in the War of 1812 with Britain, I believe that was. All right, but yeah, Francis Scott Key, in a nutshell, in that third stanza that Esau wants to hide from, is pretty much says they want to get revenge on the slaves who wanted to fight for their freedom, and I'll get to that towards the end of this video and put some scriptures to it. However, you know, uh, this is iconic, and it's also twofold. Um, Number one, and this is just me speaking as a man. This could be one of those a small token of the destruction of America that is to come. Once you see this video and see how fast this bridge goes down, I mean that's pretty much um, how the Lord said He's going to destroy America in a short amount of time, in 1 hour. It's going to be fast, and you're going to see that with just how fast this bridge goes down with one strike. Okay, one strike. But and then on the other hand, you got a lot of stuff in the news right now. He's, as the scriptures say, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. The way this ship, the power just went out and it went straight into that um, column, the main column that took the whole bridge down. This could be part of the distractions that Esau is doing. Something big is going to happen. Prophecies are popping off every day. You have this whole situation with Diddy, this bridge, and then Russia bringing out the fact that the original Israelites were dark skinned people, and if you studied under GMS for a while, we know that that book has existed for a long time, and just before Putin announced this, I put it in the group chat. That book called Russian Icons was $1,500, and as of today, it's up another 200, $1,700. So they know. I mean, the same thing happened. What's this? 2024? Yeah, about 4 years ago, when I had Who Was Esau Edom and Without Sanctuary in my Amazon cart. That Who Was Esau Edom. When I first put it in, it went from $990 to $1,440, and then the Without Sanctuary book went from like $495 to like almost $700. And if you know how Amazon works, when you have certain things in your cart and the price changes, they will let you know. Well, Who Was Esau Edom dropped down to $18, and the hardcover of Without Sanctuary dropped down to like $55. But I never got a notification. I just happened to go in on the Friday after that wicked holiday, Thanksgiving 2020, and saw the prices. So of course, I jumped on them because they were a text recommended by the Brotherhood of GMS. So I jumped right on them. But nevertheless, um, they know when you increase the book like that. First, the starting price is one thing, and then after Putin comes out and does what he does, you increase it by um, $200. But nevertheless, prophecies are popping off, and this whole bridge collapse in Maryland, the Francis Scott Key Bridge. It's like I said, it can serve as twofold: good for the elect, one of those tokens, but it can be used by Esau as well as a distraction from what he's trying to do. So, all right. So without further ado, I think it's about 5 clips I have here. I'm gonna show, but we'll go ahead.
Major damage. Video obtained by CNN shows the bridge collapsing into the water below. We have no information yet on deaths or injuries. Maryland authorities say all traffic is being detoured around the area. A large ship has collided with the Francis Scott Key Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland, causing major damage. Video obtained by CNN shows the bridge collapsing into the water below. We have no information yet on deaths or injuries. Maryland authorities say all traffic is being detoured around the area. A large ship has collided with the front.
We're right next to the Key Bridge.
What the Key Bridge sinking. The bridge is gone. Holy hell.
So right now, it's believed that we have 7 individuals who are inside. We have a mass casualty, multi-agency rescue incident currently underway. Exactly what caused this vessel to collide with the bridge, we don't know at this moment. So right now, it's believed that we have 7 individuals who are inside. We have a mass casualty, multi-agency rescue incident currently underway. Exactly what caused this vessel to collide with the bridge, we don't know at this moment. So right now, it's.
Yo! What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck?
Cargo ship appears to lose power before crashing into bridge on March 26th.
Yeah, it turned right into that column. Power went out and it turned right into that column.
Cargo ship appears to lose.
The over mile-and-a-half long Key Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland collapsed last night with vehicles on it when it was struck by a Singaporean container ship at around 1:30 in the morning. In the video, you can see the container ship come right up to the support columns and just hits it. And when it takes that one support column out, the entire bridge comes down. There were cars on the bridge, some vehicles. I saw one report that said these were like a crew that were working on the bridge, but they do believe that there's vehicles in the water and at least 7 people. So you can see the lights kind of flashing on the vehicles there. They look like they're probably like work crew that was doing some kind of road work on the bridge at the time. I mean, it's a 4-lane bridge built in 1977. Hopefully there was some warning and the people were able to leave their vehicles and run away, but the investigation and rescue operation is still ongoing. The container ship company says that the crew members are all accounted for and there were no injuries on the container ship. Is it just me, or is there an incredible amount of accidents happening? It seems like there's always something going on with planes and trains and ships lately. I'm not saying they're related, but I think we really need to figure out why safety is becoming such a huge issue in the last few years. The over mile-and-a-half long Key Bridge in Baltimore, Maryland collapsed last night with vehicles on it when it was struck by a Singaporean container ship at around 1:30 in the morning. In the video, you can see the container ship come right up to the support columns and just hits it. And when it takes that one support column out, the entire bridge comes down. There were cars on the bridge, some vehicles. I saw one report that said these were like a crew that were working on the bridge, but they do believe that there's vehicles in the water and at least 7 people. So you can see the lights kind of flashing on the vehicles there. They look like they're probably like work crew that was doing some kind of road work on the bridge at the time. I mean, it's a 4-lane bridge built in 1977. Hopefully there was some warning and the people were able to leave their vehicles and run away, but the investigation and rescue operation is still ongoing. The container ship company says that the crew members are all accounted for and there were no injuries on the container ship. Is it just me, or is there an incredible amount of accidents happening? It seems like there's always something going on with planes and trains and ships lately. I'm not saying they're related, but I think we really need to figure out why safety is becoming such a huge issue in the last few years. The over mile-and-a-half.
All right, Salakia for some of the overlap in the videos, but this done through the spirit. It's just out, and here's that entire the complete version of the Star Spangled Banner, written by Francis Scott Key, who is the namesake of the bridge that collapsed. He wrote this, like I said, September 14th in 1814, and where you see it highlighted, that's the stanza in question. This song was adopted as America's national anthem. I want to say in 1932, somewhere in the 1930s. I'll put the actual date in the comment section just to be sure. But here again, you can't hide the original intent of the song. And I'll read it here, but you can pause and read it yourself. It says, "And where is that band who so vauntly swore that the havoc of war and the battle's confusion, their blood has washed out their fall footsteps' pollution? No refuge could save the hireling and slave from the terror of flight or the gloom of the grave. And the star-spangled banner in triumph doth wave over the land of the free and the home of the brave." So, yeah. There's a reason, in time, Jake has, refused to stand up for that bullshit, because you rejoiced over the death of our ancestors who wanted to be free from slavery. And I can get you exactly what that meant. All you have to do is a quick Google search. And it says, what does the third verse of the Star Spangled Banner mean? And it says, after seeing the White House burn and the fort survive, Key became so moved that he wrote a poem that became the national anthem. In the third verse, Key had a special message for the enslaved people who had dared to fight for freedom. And those enslaved people were the Israelites of the transatlantic slave trade, okay? The Israelites that came over from West Africa, okay? Primarily Judah, Levi, and Benjamin, the southern kingdom, okay? I'll start back. In the third verse, Key had a special message for the enslaved people who had dared to fight for freedom. And this, what it means is, we will pursue you to get revenge. No refuge could save the hireling and slave. So, yeah. Fuck that bridge, But like I said, through the spirit, it is a token of just how quickly America is going to go down Babylon the Great for what they did to the children of Israel. All right. So when you go read some of the comments, of course, a lot of Easter, it's an inside job. It was planned. everything is sanctioned by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, whether it's good or evil. So with that, let's get the book of Isaiah, chapter 45, verse 7. And it reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all those things. Okay? Read that again. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. All right. So that's also, not only is that telling you that Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is in control of everything, it also proves to you that he is a power of balance. Okay. All right. And he tells you that in Proverbs 11 and 1. Let me grab that right quick. Proverbs 11 and 1. And it reads, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. All right. So that's the thing. He's all about balance. And when you go back to that Isaiah 45 and 7, that's exactly what that is. Balance, light versus darkness, peace versus evil. Okay. He says, I, the Lord, do all these things. All right. So all of this, no matter how you look at it, many to the unlearned, they're going to look at it as an inside job. But to those of us who have the eye salve, we're going to look at this as one of those tokens that is just a prelude to what's really going to happen to America. Ironically, it's that particular bridge. Okay, that particular bridge. And, the Lord sanctions everything. Everything. All right. And let's go to the next chapter, Isaiah 46. Verses 9 and 10. Verse 9, and it reads, remember the former things of old, for I am Yahweh, and there is none else. I am Yahweh, and there is none like me. Remember that former things of old, as Daniel 7, tells us he's the Ancient of Days. He existed. He was before time was, before anything was to be. He existed. He to be. He is. All right? And here's the key, verse 10. Declaring the end from the beginning and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure. All right? So the Lord, this didn't just happen. This didn't just happen. It was sanctioned by him. All right? Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. All right? This whole thing. And once again, it sends a strong signal to the men of the Lord, on how quickly America's going to fall, and it's going to just take one visit, and that's it. They're over. And just to back this up, this is 2nd Ezra. It's in the Apocrypha, 2nd Ezra 4 and 37. And it reads, by measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled. That's pretty straightforward, okay? Like he said, he declared the end from the beginning. Everything that has happened, is happening, is supposed to happen just the way he laid it out. Point blank, period. All right? Point blank, period. And once again, that's a sign of a clear sign, at least to me, of America's of judgment, the judgment that's coming on America. Very, very, and once it comes, it's going to be quick. All right? That judgment is coming. This is Psalms chapter 9, verses 16. Okay? And it reads, the Lord is known by the judgment which he executed. All right? And that was certainly judgment, because, there's they don't have any numbers yet, because some people that were on that bridge, allegedly didn't make it. So that's definitely judgment. All right. It continues on. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Hagion Selah. And so, yeah, he's snared in the work of his own hands. He's doing all of these different distractions with, Diddy, who they're going to make the fall guy. This case here, and, the whole thing with the Russian releasing, the true artwork of the true Israelites, it's all working in his favor. It's going to snare him too, it's definitely going to snare him. And Esau, you are going to pay for what you did to us. All right, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Fuck Francis Scott Key, who was also a slave owner. All right, yeah, you're gonna have to pay for that. And we don't care, the way things are going. I don't want to say we don't care. You will pay eventually, regardless of what generation it hits. You will be paying for those sins. This is Colossians 3:25, and it reads, "But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he hath done, and there is no respect of persons." That's straightforward, okay? Straightforward, no respect of person. The Lord deals with nations, okay? Nations, all right? Same way he dealt with Israel. You have the righteous, which is the 1/3 amongst the 2/3, but, the righteous still had to go through afflictions, okay? And challenges. Yahweh Bashem Yahushai spared them, but they were not exempt because it was an entire nation that promised to keep the law, statutes, and commandments, and the entire nation had to follow them. We know that situation when the Lord jacked up Israel for what Achan did in Joshua 7. One person had messed it up for everybody, but he eventually got his judgment. All right. So we don't care. Again, that bridge was, again, for me, is symbolic of things to come and how they're going to happen, and prophetic as well. All right. And, yeah. So, what I'll do, that was an encouraging sign, token from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai to see. And with that, I'm going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai Bahashem Rahak HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who were well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and my fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, salutations to the hopeful elect of the scattered 12 tribes of Israel, scattered to the four corners of the earth, that belong to the speckled bird, also known as your Israelite foreigners, and your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. To you, I say Shalom, Kwam Yasharala. All right, Shalom. Hopefully this lesson is edifying to the elect body of the nation of Israel. Shalom.